class 2, welcome back to maths class. Today we are going to again continue with chapter number 11, geometrical shapes. In the last class, as you know, that we have completed the plane shapes. I think you all are revising that. Yes, in the last class we have studied about the plane shapes such as square, rectangle, circle, triangle, etc. Okay. Now today in this class we are going to learn more about the shapes. First we learned about the plane shapes. Now today we are going to learn about the solid shapes. Now what is the meaning of solid? Now these solid shapes are also known as 3D shapes. Why 3D it is called? D stands for dimension. Okay, in some cases people pronounce as dimension, but it is dimension. Alright. Now I am going to show you certain objects. Okay, and 3D shapes are such shapes which we can hold in our hand. Alright, like this book, I can hold it. Alright, and it is a 3D shape. Now, this is an object. This is also 3D shape. Why we are calling 3D? It has 3 dimensions. 3 dimensions are what? In the previous class, when we learnt about the the plane shape, we have learnt about 2D shape. 2D shape means it had only 2 dimensions. What were the dimensions? Length and breadth. Length and breadth. Okay. Of course, you will say that, ma'am, in circle there was no length and breadth. Yes, you are right. But apart from that, like when the other shapes which we have learnt about, like square and rectangle, we had length and breadth over there. Of course, in square only length is there or only one side is there because it is all equal. So 2D means 2 dimensions, length and breadth. Here in this case, this object what I am holding in my hand, it has 3 dimensions. 3 dimensions how? You see, you can see this. This is a lunch box. Okay. So this is you will see here, this is the length, that is, it is called the longer side, that is why it is called length. Then this is a shorter side. This you can see, this is a shorter side, it's called the breadth. Now you have some height also. Okay, this is the 3rd dimension. So those shapes which will have 3D or 3 dimensions will be called as 3D shapes, or they are also known as solid shapes. Now solid shapes are what? They are also like you can hold them in your hand. Alright, they are solid in nature. That's why they are called solid shapes, because also you can say they are having 3D shapes. They are having length, breadth and height. Alright, so let's start about the 3D shapes or solid shapes. You can see on the board I have drawn 2 shapes. One shape is the surface of the shape is made up of rectangle, and another shape whose surface is made up of square. This shape is called the cuboid shape. Why is it called cuboid? Because this shape has its surface made up of rectangle. You can see this is also a cuboid. Okay, you can see here the surface or the face. You can see the face of the figure or cuboid is made up of rectangle. Everywhere, whichever side you see, it's all made up of rectangle. And we know the property of rectangle. It has length and breadth, and the opposite sides are equal. Okay, so in cuboid also the same thing. This part is called the face of the cuboid. It's called the face of the cuboid. Okay, this part is called the face of the cuboid. Then we have these. What are these? They are the sides of the cuboid. Okay, side, or we can say edges also. Okay, both the terms are correct. Edges of the cuboid or sides of the cuboid. So there are so many sides of the cuboid. You can see here. We will count them later. These are all the sides. Understood now what is face and what are sides? Okay. Then we have another parameter, that is the points or the corners. See, these are the corners. In this figure, everywhere you can can see the corners are there. Okay. So we are going to learn about cuboid, and cuboid is a shape which is made up of rectangle. Okay, the surface of cuboid is always made up of rectangle. It has how many faces? 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 faces it has, or 6 surfaces it has, you can write. But in your class you are learning the term face. Okay. When you go to next class you will learn about surface, but meaning is same. Then we come to the sides. How many sides a cuboid has? You can see like in rectangle how many sides are there? In rectangle there are 4 sides. Okay. Look here. In this also 1, 2, 3, 4. Done? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So altogether how many sides are there? In this cuboid there are 12 sides, 12 edges. Okay, 12 edges are there or 12 sides are there. Now let's count the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 corners are there. Okay, so what have we learnt about cuboid? Cuboid is a shape which is made up of, the face of the cuboid is made up of rectangle. Okay, in cuboid you will see whatever the property of rectangle is, same properties you will find here also. The opposite sides will be equal. Opposite sides will be equal in every case. In every faces you will see opposite sides are equal. Okay, and it has 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 corners. That's the property of a cuboid, right? I hope you have understood this. So let's come to another shape, that is cube. I think example of cube, well, I don't have any such object to show you the example of cube, but the very common example which we always get to see is a the cube, the magic cube. No, we play with the magic cube, isn't it? And also the cube, ice cubes, which we get to see in our fridge, the ice cubes. Okay, they are also example of cube. And you must be playing the Ludo. If you have seen the dice of the Ludo, that is also an example of a cube. Okay, so these are the common example of cube. Now cube, this shape is made up of, its faces or the surface of cube is made up of square shape. It's made up of square shape. And what is the property of the square shape? The property of square shape is all the sides are equal. Here in this case, only this is the difference. In case of rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. Whereas in case of cube, in rectangle, the opposite sides are equal, and in square, all the sides are equal. Right? But if we talk about its face, side, corner, it's the same, exactly the same. Okay? They also, cube also has how many face? 6 face. They have corners. They will have 8 corners. Okay? 8 corners will be there. And sides, if you talk about the sides, 12 sides. Okay, they are same. These parameters are same. 12 faces, 12 edges, 6 faces and 8 corners. So in cube and cuboid, these are the properties. So I hope you have understood. Now, example of cuboid, this is one example of cuboid. I'll show you a few more examples. The book is also example of cuboid. Then you can see, pencil box is also an example of cuboid. After that you will get to see, this is medicine box. This is also an example, very good example of cuboid. You can get to see this. Alright. Now, let's talk about the cube. Now, cube I don't have any example of cube, but I can only just give you example like ice cubes, Rubik cubes, the magic cubes which you play. Then dice, these are the example of cube. So I think you have understood what is a cuboid and a cube. Now I'll explain you how to draw them. Okay, so many of you you have a difficulty in drawing these shapes. So first I will show you how to draw a cuboid, then I'll show you how to draw a cube. Easy way of drawing cube and cuboid. Look here. See, in order to draw cuboid, we know cuboid is made up of rectangle. So one length has to be longer and the other length has to be shorter. So we will draw first one rectangle. This is a rectangle. Alright. After that, from the middle of the rectangle, see this is the middle part of the rectangle. From here, we will take the same length. Okay, this length. Suppose in your copy you have taken 4 boxes. If you have taken 4 boxes, then from this second box, you will draw, and you will take from here, this is the second box, but this is your first box for the second rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So down also you will draw in this way. Okay, this is how you have drawn. After this, what you have to do? You have got these corners. Now you are going to join these corners. Isn't it so easy? First you have to draw 2 rectangle overlapping, okay, and then just join the corners and you will get a cuboid. So what is this? This is your cuboid. Okay, so this is how you are going to draw cuboid. Now how to draw cube? As we know that cube is made up of square, so we have to take same number of boxes all these sides. Okay, suppose I have taken 2 boxes. This is 2 box up, 2 box down, 2 box again. All the sides are equal. Now from here, this is the midpoint of the first square, and then I will take 2 boxes. Sorry, you should never draw overwriting. This is you're making another square, overlapping square. Okay. Now here also you have got the ends. Just join the corners. This way. Alright. So this is how you are going to draw cube. I hope you have understood how to draw cube and cuboid and what are the different properties of cuboid and cube. So let me repeat you once again. Cuboid and cube, they both are solid shapes, 3D shapes. Cuboid and cube, if we talk about the face, both of them are having 6 faces. Then if we talk about the sides or the edges, they have 12 edges or sides, and corners, we are having 8 corners. Okay, this parameter or this property is same for both cube and cuboid. Only the difference is that cuboid is made up of rectangle surface and cube is made up of square surface. Okay, that's all children. I think I have been able to make you understand the 2 shapes, cube and cuboid. Please do practice them, practice to draw, okay, and also complete copy down all the board work which I have done in the class. Okay, so do practice. That's all in this video. Please watch it carefully, understand it and practice them. Thank you. Bye bye.